have a keen interest in ivermectin because it sounds really, really dangerous the way that the Filipinos are handling it.
I wouldn't say I've got a big, keen interest in ivermectin. I've got a keen interest in the way it's been handled in the Philippines at the moment.
Exposing was it idiocity or whatever the word is regarding ivermectin and how it's being distributed. Because I mean, politicians are into it. We talked about that last week, and now what? Something came out. Was it this week regarding Mike Defensor?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like he's been distributing the, helping distribute the ivermectin in Quezon City, giving it away to people. It looks like. Is that what's been happening? I think that's what's been happening. But this, I mean, I did a video on this a week or two ago. I think there's still very little supporting evidence that this actually helps with COVID, and even the actual people who produce ivermectin are not advising the use of this for COVID. So it's quite interesting what's happening with this giving it away for free.
How does it wherein the people who make it are telling you not to do it, and yet there's a population of people who bypass that part and continue to do it? Do you have an explanation on that? Is it people are not informed? Like they didn't hear the news that the ivermectin makers are telling you not to take it. They're only hearing the news of the defensors of the world saying to take it, and they're going to go with that. Like, do you ever try to dissect or give your own kind of assessment on why Pinoys are so into taking ivermectin when everybody knows, like the makers tell you not to do it?
I think it dives into a lot of the things that my videos are about, right? People just using non-evidence-based medicine to make decisions about their health.
You mean your videos in general, right? I mean,
in my videos in general, yeah. Like, people, there seems to be a large percentage of the population who are just willing to use non-evidence-based treatments to just treat things. And this seems to be another example of that.
Where does that come from, you think, though? Is it an education thing? Is it is it a witchcraft thing? Why are we so gullible, if that's the term I'm going to use?
I think health education. I think also there's another issue in that sometimes it's difficult to actually see a doctor. You have to pay money to see a doctor. So there's multiple things going on what make people predisposable to, following these pseudoscience like things.
You put out a great tweet yesterday. Can I just read it real quick here, and then we'll get into some calls and all that stuff. But
yeah,
we did, and they mentioned you. I'll read it off. It says alternative medicine. This is from Argil Bongosha, is the name, and it reads: alternative medicine is still medicine. It's ingrained in our society. Kind of related to what we're talking about here. It's ingrained in our society. Kaya nga alternative kasi hindi siya based sa Western school of thought. But ideally, it should serve as complementary to conventional therapeutics we learn as medical doctors. Sana gets to ni Doc Adam. So, alternative medicine, not based on Western schools of thought. I understand what Argil's trying to say, but I think your response, I'll even call it a clapback, says dangerous claims are dangerous no matter if it's alternative or Western medicine. Can you quickly kind of just make sense for everybody listening what you mean? And I totally get what you're talking about. But yes, people are going to say, no, we're not in the Western medicine. Doesn't mean that we're wrong.
If you want to use something, let's try and think of an example. Okay. A banana can probably help you with some indigestion. I think it can help reduce your symptoms of gastritis and things like that.
Right.
If you want to treat your gastritis and eat a banana and it might help your symptoms, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you turn up and you say this banana will fix your stomach ulcer and fix your stomach cancer, then yeah, it might reduce your symptoms a little bit from that stomach ulcer, but it ain't go fix it. And the problem with what's happening in the Philippines right now is people are over exaggerating the claims of their herbal medicine. Like, if you have no evidence supporting the claim that you're making about your herbal medicine, you should not be making those claims because it misleads people into thinking they're going to get more benefit from that treatment than they actually are.
Yeah.
You can't inflate the claims of your products just to sell them. Like, that's so wrong and so wrong to do that.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good example, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah. No.
You know, like, if I think I did a video on some oil. Like, if you're stressed or something and you want to rub a bit of oil into yourself and it makes you feel better, cool, do it. If you want to rub a bit of oil in yourself because you think you've got lung cancer, don't do it. It's not difficult. Stop over exaggerating the claims of these, products which have no therapeutic claims at all. And it's happening everywhere in the Philippines, and it seems so unregulated. It's unbelievable.
Okay, so the number one, and when I say number one, I'm talking about my opinion. You may know more, or people out there listening may know more. But I would say in the past, let's give it anywhere between 10 to 15 years, glutathione has crushed it, right? I mean, they have made billions and billions, and it's a vitamin, right, for your liver. Is that what it is?
I think so. It's not really, to be honest, it's not really a thing in here, like glutathione.
Yeah.
Like, the only time I've come across it is when I've been doing the odd YouTube video on it.
Right. Something like that, right? Wherein you're jumping on the side effect of a medicine or a vitamin or whatever it is that's meant for, I think it's your liver, and you're jumping on the side effect for its cosmetic and just kind of vanity, for vanity's sake and stuff. Is that dangerous to you?
It depends how you're using it. I think
I'm using it just to get white. Like, my liver's perfectly fine. I don't drink. I have no history in the family of liver issues, whatever. I just need to be white, man. Gotta be white, man. Gotta look white.
So you want to use like oral glutathione or intravenous glutathione?
IV, man.
IV. I think IV's been shown to be dangerous, hasn't it? I think there's lots of health warnings about IV glutathione. So I wouldn't be advising IV glutathione to get white. The topical stuff, I think it's relatively safe, but is there much evidence to it? I don't think
that it works.
Yeah, I don't know if there's that much evidence to it. I don't think there is that much evidence supporting it.
They make billions, dude. Man, they fucking.
Yeah, man. You just put a bit of glutathione in your coffee or whatever, and you make a fortune. It's just absolutely, it's nuts how people in a country can just make such exaggerated claims, and it seems that the majority of people believe it.
I think I'm going to start, if I were single, I'm going to start telling girls that I have glutathione in my sperm, and hopefully it'll get me more action. Like, if I were single, of course, but I would totally do that. Yeah. As a ploy. Ridiculous as it is.
Is it still a thing? Like, glutathione's still a thing, right?
I think so. I mean, absolutely, I think so. Until we find an alternative, because before glutathione, it was papaya soap, and before it was papaya soap, it was something else. What you'll never get rid of, Adam, is the desire for us to be lighter complected. And unless you give me a better alternative to glutathione, it's going to be glutathione. And the only reason why it's glutathione now and not papaya soap is because we were told that it's more effective than papaya soap. But it was papaya soap when I was a kid. I mean, fucking those things were flying off the shelves, right? You can't stop, motherfuckers. You go inside any department store and the shit is gone. I remember what it was, Georgina Wilson, who I love, by the way, and she's been on the podcast. You guys all know who Georgina is. In fact, I think she's British as well. She had a product that we were advertising on the radio show that would lighten your vagina, and it was a wash, and it lightens your vagina. And I remember we guested her on the podcast, and we were kind of like laughing about it and all that stuff. And of course, I'm not going to say that that's bullshit because I don't know the claims, but there was a legit soap that. Not legit. I mean, they actually had the product that they were advertising. They had a powerhouse endorser in Georgina Wilson. And she told me, if you go to Watson's, if you go to Mercury Drug, you can't find it. It is flying off the shelves. You can't even fucking score this stuff. It's like contraband, so in demand.
Man, it's so depressing. That's so depressing, right? Yeah. You know what's depressing? I'll tell you something that's depressing. If I do a video on skin whitening or skin stuff, it would get 1 million views. If I do something on diabetes, it would get 10,000 because no one gives a shit. While 6 million people in the Philippines have got diabetes, people are dying because of diabetes every day. No one gives a damn. But they want a white vagina. That's important.
You know what? I wish you were around during that one because I think you would have had a field day with whitening vaginas.
It's just nuts. It's nuts. Why do people care so much about this, like, appearance?
You want
right?
what you don't have, you know? I don't have a white vagina. I want one.
Yeah, but I don't have the opposite penis, but I want one, but it doesn't occupy my day.
No,
I don't spend my day trying to get a black penis. Like, I just accept what I've got. I just accept, because it's not an important thing to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense for me to spend my day trying to get a black penis. Like, it just doesn't.
But okay, visually, like jokingly now, if you actually whitened your vagina, or in your case, if you got a black penis, you know how weird that would look anyway, though, when you actually are naked? Like, because like, Filipinos, right? We want pink nipples. Okay, that's another one. Adam, you want to get rich? Pink nipple cream. It hasn't been done yet. But, tangina pare, yayaman ka. Promise yayaman ka, Adam. Pink in your nipple. Okay. Now let's talk about pink nipples for a bit here. Huge market for this. Massively applauded if you have pink nipples. Really, truly, right? In fact, we make a joke about it on our radio show constantly. Wow, pink nips. We make a fucking deal out of it because it's so in demand. If you were dark complected like myself, I am very, very brown. I am kayumangi, as they say. And if I had pink nipples, I would look like a marsupial. Like, it would be so hard, right?
A bit weird.
Yeah. If I were dark complected and I had a white vagina, it would look worse. If I had your complexion, Adam, and I pulled my pants down and I had a black dick, it would look worse. Trust me, you don't want the pink nipples. You don't want it because you're going to look like a squirrel or like some other animal that's not human. You don't want it. You think you want it. You don't.
I just wish that people would. I think there's nothing wrong in wanting to look nice, but spending your days trying to look nice. Like, for example, if you look at celebrities in the Philippines, nearly every celebrity is attractive, right? You can't become famous if you're ugly. Like, that's a weird culture.
Yeah.
Like, like, you should be able to become a celebrity if you're ugly.
Plus, nothing you can do is going to make yourself attractive either, like they are. I mean, again, this goes back to the whole, hey, I'm going to sit down in a barber shop. I'm going to give you a picture of whatever, Jennifer Aniston. I want my hair to look like that, thinking I'm going to fucking look like her. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So all the whitening and all the this and all the vaginal fuck, it's still not going to change too much about you. And that's only if it works. It's not going to change too much about you. Very, very minor. If it works. And the chances are it's not even going to work. Yet you motherfuckers are buying it in the billions. Spending billions on it. Amazing.
Even look at Miss World, right? Miss World is an interesting thing, right? I don't think that many people care about Miss World anymore. In the Philippines, it's huge. It's huge. Like, I think it's Philippines and Venezuela are like the countries where they really care about
I wouldn't be surprised.
Miss World, and yeah, it's just, I just wish people didn't care so much about appearance.
Yeah. I mean, we had the 3 beauty queens on the show last week, right here on the podcast. Pia Wurtzbach. We had Bianca Guidotti and Carla Lizardo. And
did you? Cool.
Yeah. So Pia was here, and we were talking about the beauty queen stuff, and I mean, we really didn't get in depth, but just to let you know how, like, these girls, they've come out with a podcast. It's really, really good, and they're just knocking it out of the park because as beauty queens, they are among the country's biggest celebrities. Now, obviously, of course, we're talking Miss Universe, right? Winner and massive, and she was great, and they were great, by the way. Would love to have them back, and it seems like we have built a pretty good friendship after that episode. So we're definitely going to have them back numerous times, but they are massive in the podcast game now, and that's because I really do, like, beauty queens are the biggest celebrities in the country, man. We worship them. and and they're capitalizing off that. But anyway, nevertheless, boy, this is a long talk. I like this, Adam. We have to kick the shit about stuff that kind of have this conversation. But it's time to take some calls. You ready to go?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's. We got 2 calls lined up here, and both